The parents of a 4-year-old boy with leukemia have temporarily lost custody of their son for delaying his chemotherapy. A Florida judge says 28-year-old Joshua McAdams and 22-year-old Taylor Bland Ball intentionally deprived their son, Noah, of legitimate medical treatment and sought natural remedies after he was diagnosed with cancer in April. Florida law enforcement issued an endangered child alert after his parents failed to bring Noah to scheduled chemotherapy treatments. The couple were later found in Kentucky. The judge says they abandoned a car and their cell phones while traveling and consciously eluded law enforcement. The Tampa Bay Times reported that the couple were treating their son with CBD oil, fresh foods, and alkaline water. Noah is in the custody of his maternal grandmother. It's unknown whether she will resume chemotherapy for Noah. The judge said his parents could regain custody if they cooperate with child protective agencies. Joining me now, the attorney for the parents, Brooke Elvington. Brooke, welcome to Chasing News. How are you?
Hi, thank you. I'm doing well.
The judge ordered that Noah, 4 years old, would be taken away from his parents. Who brought that action? How did this start?
In this case, we do know that the staff at Johns Hopkins raised some concerns specifically related to the parents' failure to bring Noah to his chemotherapy appointments. And we know that there were third-party family members.
The judge, as I understand it in Florida, had to show child endangerment and cited the car being abandoned, cell phones being left. The judge said that was because the parents were knowingly evading law enforcement. What do you say?
There was no order when the parents left for Kentucky. When they left Florida, there was no order. Therefore, they could not be evading law enforcement. They had no knowledge that anything was even happening at that time. But abandoning a vehicle could also be phrased in the way that it actually happened, and that is mom and dad drove in between Tampa and Orlando to meet a friend who had agreed to drive them to Kentucky with the ultimate objective to meet an alternative practitioner in Ohio. Mom did not want to drive her car because it was a leased vehicle and they were already over the mileage.
Do Noah's parents have his best interest in mind?
100%. And that was always what they were trying to achieve. It was for Noah's care that the parents were seeking as much advice as they possibly could. And in fact, it was for Noah's care that the parents ultimately consented to the chemotherapy protocol. They love their little boy, and there's no question at all in reference to that.
Thank you, Brooke. I appreciate your time tonight. All right, let's bring in tonight's A-plus panel. We are joined by Republican strategist Jeanette Hoffman. Always good to see you, Jeanette.
Thanks, Bill.
And Democratic strategist and attorney Bill Caruso. Good to see you, Bill.
Hey, Bill.
Jeanette, I'm going to start with you as a mom. It sounds like it was really mischaracterized that they were okay with chemotherapy, but they were told their son was in remission. I can certainly understand wanting to go natural instead of chemo.
I don't know what to make of this, Bill, but it's just a heartbreaking situation. You have a 4-year-old little boy with cancer who now can't see his parents.
There's a standard called imminent harm. What is the imminent harm that was caused by them delaying this to go get a second opinion to find out what was needed next?
From a parental rights standpoint, this is a scary precedent.
It is really scary. I mean, parents should have the ability to make health decisions for their children. However, this was a hearing about child endangerment. I think there's going to be other facts that we need to hear first.
Okay, thank you guys. Chasing News reached out to Johns Hopkins for a response on this story, and we were told the hospital will not be commenting.